Alright, here's the next in my video series, my video catalog of firearms. I have all of my striker fired, all but one of my striker fired handguns out here, and this is going to be just for size comparison. The video is actually going to be about my latest acquisition here, the Walther PPS. So I'm just going to briefly check all of these for safety. Magazines are all out. And we'll do the final one here. Okay, set these aside momentarily. I just have those out mainly for size comparison to this one. I keep saying that in every video that this is going to be the last gun. Well, I'm going to quit saying that because obviously it's not true. I keep buying more. But again, number 14. This is the Walther PPS, and that stands for Police Pistol Slim. Polizie Pistole Schlange, I think it is in German, something like that. But it is a very, very slim pistol. It's probably just an inch across here. So why this gun? And I wanted something that was a little smaller than a full-size pistol, but larger than a subcompact. So that's why I have these other guns out here. I'm just going to put one of the magazines in and bring these other pistols back into view here to show the differences. And here they are. This is the beast. This is a full-size Glock Model 20 10 millimeter. Then I have the I guess you could, some people call it a subcompact, some people call it a compact, but it is definitely much smaller than the Glock. Much smaller. Okay, and then next down is the my everyday carry gun, which is the Car PM9, and it's not that much smaller than the Walther, but it's quite a bit. It's the Walther is taller and longer than the Car. And then finally down here is the baby of the bunch, is a little Diamondback DB380, and you can see that it is even smaller than the Car. It's like so. So there's your four different sizes, and that's one of the main reasons that I got the Walther is to fill that gap. This is a single stack 9, and why did I get it? Well, first of all, I don't have a Walther, and it's due in large part actually to my nephew Matt, who decided to me to tag along with him so he could pick out a new pistol. He wanted a single stack 9 for everyday carry, and there's a lot of choices out there. He finally settled on a Smith & Wesson Shield, which is an excellent firearm, probably the best-selling firearm so far in 2015. And I said, okay, there's a spot in my collection for a gun of this style. So why the Walther? Again, because it's still small enough for concealed carry. Single stack 9. It's a powerful handgun. I don't have a Walther in my collection, and Walther's is a name that a lot of people are familiar with, especially the Walther PPK, which is what James Bond carried, and which was actually a grossly underpowered firearm for what he was doing. But the Walther also, another reason I got it, selected this one, is that it has several features on it that I don't have on any other of my handguns. And I'll start describing the features here. It operates like all the other ones here. It's a striker fired handgun. It has a glass reinforced polymer frame, stainless steel slide, which is Tenifer coated. Well, Tenifer is a coating used by Glock, and their patents have expired, and so this Tenifer coating is a nitride coating that uh, keeps rust and corrosion at bay. And another Glock feature that was adopted by this is the safe action trigger, which I don't really see as a safety, but it's another feature that the Glocks have, and this one has it as well. Um, some of the other features are uh, in the ejection port up here at the top, you have a loaded chamber indicator, and that's handy. And another way to tell if the gun is uh, ready to fire is this little hole back here. When you cock the gun, when the gun is cocked, this little red indicator shows up back here, and it also protrudes when pressure is put on the trigger. See if we can see it here. It protrudes through the frame or through the slide. Now this gives it a tactile feel. So like when you're rear holstering the firearm, when you're putting it back in the holster, you can actually sense if something's putting pressure on that trigger. That little indicator protrudes. So again, when it's fired, that goes away. So that's kind of an interesting feature, kind of a nice feature I like. It's got decent sights on it, very nice. Your typical 3-dot sights on it. I would prefer the front sight to be a little larger. You can get tritium sights for this, night sights. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Maybe just leave it alone. I'm not even sure if I'll carry it. But the sights are adequate. And the takedown is also very Glock-like. Um, very Glock-like. Let's drop the magazine here. And you just pull back to release tension on the spring. Drop these two buttons down on the side, and the slide then comes right off of after the trigger's pulled, the slide comes right off of the frame. So that's very simple and very Glock-like. Um, the other thing that's sort of unique, it is more of a European style than American. On most American pistols, you have a magazine release button on one side or the other or both, and to drop the magazine. This is different. This has a little paddle underneath the trigger guard here, and this little paddle is ambidextrous. You just drop it down and releases the magazine, and it can be accessed, like I said, from either side. So I like that. Being a lefty, it's easy for me to just drop the magazine, just like so, either way. Now the gun ships with 2 magazines, a 7-round magazine and an 8-round magazine. Now the 8-round magazine actually provides the gun with a full-size grip. Now it has the same, feels a lot like a larger full-size pistol. So, and again, you got 8 rounds plus 1 in the chamber's 9 rounds. You're getting up into double stack territory here at the lower end of that. So 9 rounds of 9mm. That's pretty good. So those are the main features of it. Another feature that is kind of a bone of contention with a lot of people is the back strap. Now I have Talon grips on here, and I'll tell you why. The gun ships with 2 back straps, detachable back straps, and one of them comes out more. It's got more of a swell to it. Uh, but I actually prefer the strap that came on it, the smaller one. But one of the features is the back strap pops off, and when it does, the gun is rendered completely inoperable. And people don't like that. That's I think a weakness in the design. So, but I put Talon grips on it. I like Talon grips. I have Talon grips on some of my other guns, and these are just wrap around adhesive grips, and that solves the problem of this back strap. Of course, you can't change it now, but these Talon grips hold that back strap in place, so there's no danger of that popping off of there. And let's see, I guess that's about it as far as all of the features on this gun. I've had it out to the range once, and I'm going to get out there and maybe punch another 100 rounds to it here in another day or two. But it's performed flawlessly with about 100 rounds of different ammunition, 5 different types actually. And of course, it's hard to tell with just 100 rounds, but I'll be firing at least 200-300 rounds on it before I really have confidence in it. And eventually, and if I eventually get confidence in the gun, I may start carrying it, alternating it with this one, um, and eventually invest in a holster for it. And uh, excuse this up here, this detailing is basically my doing, and it's just green nail polish on there. Should have left it white or just completely left it black, but it's reversible. I can get rid of that if I want to. But uh, this detailing on this side is actually put on there by the factory, and these are proof marks here that it determines the year and where it's manufactured. The gun is made in Germany, but it's assembled in Fort Smith, Arkansas. So Walther now has a presence here in the U.S., and they make a really fine gun. This thing feels excellent in the hand. But there it is, number 14, the Carl Walther PPS Police Pistol Slim.